Hi, my name is Alan, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make my version of a blue cheese stuffed hamburger. So, right now I have all the ingredients out for you. I have my blue cheese, roughly a pound of ground sirloin, although you could use any type of ground meat that you want, such as ground chuck, ground round, etc. I have my spices. I'm just keeping it real simple today with salt and pepper, although you could use whatever you want. I have a little bit of olive oil because we're going to be cooking our burger on top of the stove in a frying pan today. Pickles. I have olives. I love olives on my burger, but you don't need olives if you don't like. Shredded lettuce. Tomato. Onion. And last but not least, the hamburger buns. And then for my utensils that I'm going to be using, I have my frying pan, the spatula, a long knife, my burger press, a cutting board, a plate, and the stove. So let's get started. First, we're going to start by prepping the ingredients. The first ingredient we're going to prep is the onion. So you're going to take your knife and you're going to cut off the ends of the onion. And you're going to discard these end pieces. And then I like to cut my onion in half. And then I'm going to start by removing the skin. Which can be thrown away. Okay, so now we got our 2 onion halves. And I only need the 1 half, so I'm going to start by slicing this. And that's really all I need for this hamburger. So after we slice our onion, I'm just gonna take our slices, cut them right in half, just so it makes it a little bit easier to chew. Okay, so our next ingredient that we're gonna need to prep is the tomato. You always wanna wash your tomato first, which I already have, and then you're gonna want to cut off the ends of the tomato. And then slice it just like we did with the onion. And then that's all the tomato that we need for this burger. So our last ingredient that we're going to finish prepping is the olives. All you got to do is pluck the olives out of the jar, set them on the cutting board, pinch both sides of them with your fingers, take your knife and carefully stick it in between your fingers and slice the olive. And so now we have finished prepping all the ingredients that needed to be prepped. So our next step is going to be making the hamburger. We're going to need our ground beef, blue cheese, salt, and pepper. We're only going to need a part of the ground beef to make 1 hamburger. We need to add some of our blue cheese, some salt, and pepper. The next step is you're just going to start mixing the ingredients all together. So the next step in making our burger is we're going to take the burger meat and form it into a burger patty using the burger press. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our meat, stick it into the burger press, flatten it out with our fingertips. Then we're going to take the top of the burger press, set it on top of the meat, and begin to firmly press, applying lots of pressure. And there you can see we have our burger patty nice and formed. So the next step of making our hamburger is we need to get the frying pan nice and hot along with some olive oil. So we're going to start by turning our frying pan, our stovetop rather, onto high. And then we're going to put just a touch of olive oil into the frying pan. And we're going to let that sit on high for about 3 to 4 minutes while it warms up. So now that our oil is nice and warm in the frying pan, we're going to go ahead and take our hamburger patty out of the burger press. And we're just going to proceed to put that in the frying pan. And we're going to leave that alone for the next 3 minutes. So while our hamburger patty is cooking on the stovetop, we're going to take our hamburger bun and we're going to toast it. So I've got my toaster turned down to a very light setting right now. And I'm going to take my hamburger bun with the insides facing the inside of the toaster. Go ahead and drop that in there and let the hamburger bun toast. So our hamburger patty has been on the stovetop now for 3 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and proceed and flip it. So now we're going to leave that hamburger patty alone for another 3 minutes. If you like your burger done a little rarer, you're going to be done cooking after those 3 minutes. If you like your burger done a little bit more, we're going to continue to cook it longer after those 3 minutes. So now it has been another 3 minutes that the burger's been cooking for a total of 6. I like my burger a little bit more well done, so I'm going to proceed to flip it one more time and leave it on the stovetop for another 2 minutes for a total of 8 minutes. So now the remaining 2 minutes are finished. Our burger is done cooking, so we're going to go ahead and turn the stove off. We're going to go ahead and plate our hamburger now. So we're going to take it out of the frying pan. We're going to go ahead and stick it on our bottom bun. And we're going to proceed to start adding toppings. So I'm going to take my pickles. And I got my tomatoes over here. Looks like we only needed 2 of those. Take some of these onions. Put those on here. Can't forget the olives. And then if you would like, we could also add ketchup, mayonnaise, or mustard. I personally like all 3 of those, so I'm going to go ahead and add those. So now that I've added my ketchup, mustard, and mayo, I'm going to go ahead and add the final ingredient, shredded lettuce. So there you have it, the final blue cheese stuffed hamburger. It may look a little messy, but I promise you it is not short on flavor.